So children, let's start the sixth part of chapter number 4. Now, in page number 48, you can see that on 15th May 2006, Chandan went to a shop to buy butter. He checked the packet to see if this butter was safe to eat. It was written on the packet best before 180 days from the date of packing. Then he checked the date of packing. It was 15/1/2006. Help him to find out if he should buy this butter or not. In which month was the butter packed? Now the question is, in which month was the butter packed? So the answer will be, butter was packed on 15/1/06, that is 15 January 2006. So the month of packing is January. The next question is, which month will it be 180 days after 15/1/06? So it was best to use the butter before 180 days from the date of packing. Let's calculate 180 days from the date of packing. Days in January, 17 days in February. So first will be days in January, 17 days. In February, 28 days. In March, 31 days. In April, 30 days. In May, 31 days. In June, 30 days. So calculated so far equals 17 plus 28 plus 31 plus 30 plus 31 plus 30 equals 167. Remaining days 180 minus 167 equals 13. So there will be 13 days in July. So the date is 13th July 2006. Now the next question is, can Chandan eat it on the 15th May 2006? As it is safe to use the butter till 13 January 2006, Chandan can eat it. As it is safe to use the butter till 13th July 2006, Chandan can eat it on 15th May 2006. Now the next question in the same page is, which are the other things that come with an expiry date? Now the answer will be, almost every product comes with an expiry date. Things such as cold drinks, medicines, chips, chocolates, biscuits and sweets have an expiry date. Next question is, what month and year is written as 7/05? Would it be safe to take the cough syrup in September 2005? Now the answer. The month and the year written as 7/5 are July and 2005 respectively. Next question's answer will be, no, it would not be safe to take the cough syrup in September 2005. Because the cough syrup will expire on July. So you cannot eat in September. Now in page number 49, this page will open. In page number 50, a few informations are given over there, and at the end, one table is drawn. So look at the chart. It tells the difference between your watch and a 24-hour clock. Try to complete it. Now we will complete it. Time by your watch, 12-hour clock. Time by a 24-hour clock. So we all know in one day there is 24 hours. But in our clock, 12 till 12 it is drawn over there. But if it would be 24 hours clock, the clock will be like this. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, in our normal hour clock. Time by a 24-hour clock will be 13 hours. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 14 hours. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 15 hours. 3:30 in the afternoon, 15:30 hours. 6 o'clock in the evening, 18 hours. 9 o'clock in the evening, 21 hours. 12 o'clock at midnight, 00 hours. Now in page number 51, this page will open. So the first question in that page is, suppose a train leaves at 8:30 at night. The time written on the railway ticket would be dash. Now the answer will be, the train leaves at 8:30 at night, so the time would be 8:30 p.m. Time written on the railway ticket will be, because that is a 24 hours clock, so that will be 12, because 12 hours has been passed, plus 8:30, so equals 20:30. So the time written on the railway ticket would be 20:30. Now question number 2. You must have noted the time of sunrise and sunset. Write here using AM and PM. So AM is till 11:59 AM in the morning. Okay, after 12 it will be PM till 11:59 PM at night. So the answer will be time of sunrise 5:30 AM, time of sunset 7:30 PM. This can differ from student to student, so you please check and note. So the next question is, where have you seen a 24 hours clock being used? So the answer will be airport, railway station and military. Now assignment. Do all the calculations in your book given today.